courage.
Wagadu's
one to
history
make
is,
the
well,
waving
a
statue.
bit different than that of Hogwarts, to say the least.
In all the centuries that Hogwarts has existed, not once has it collapsed.
Abandoning class to wander the halls is in keeping with Professor Binns' manner of teaching.
What I wouldn't give to be back on a broom right now.
Where can I find that friendly knight you mentioned earlier?
Oh yes, Sir Afpuddle, or rather the statue of Sir Afpuddle. It can be found amongst the other statues of knights. It's easy to identify, as it's been enchanted to wave at those who take the time to seek it out.
These bits of broom are all that's left of a witch called Celine Wartnobby. Rumour has it, she was demonstrating...
This is a centuries-old likeness of Pangadon. Fearless
Revelia.
Study companion. People have always loved their pets. I find that comforting.
Credit where it's due. You're a rather good flyer.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Afpuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Afpuddle's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Pity goblins and wizards can't get along.
True, but imagine how dull my lectures would be without goblin rebellions to discuss. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise students, such as yourself, will learn from it.
Would you please meet with me in the Great Hall? I have come upon a difficult time,
History
and
is
I
written
need a
by
friend.
those who do their schoolwork, so they say.
Are you familiar with the
At
hamlet of
least,
Ryandale?
I like to say
It's
that.
south of the castle. I think the king...
How can we do so much and accomplish so little?
Still have a bump on my...
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Some days are more difficult than others.
Natty, is everything all right?
There are times when my father's absence drifts to the back of my mind. And I feel peace for a day or two. But this is not one of those times. I miss him. I miss running with him. I miss Matibeleland. He should still be here. And it's my fault that he isn't.
It's not your fault, Natty. There's nothing you could have done to prevent it.
That is what my mother says. But he died protecting me. And I cannot help but feel guilty over that. I find myself reliving the moment more often than I would like. I believe I would feel less helpless if I could truly put an end to Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's miserable lot. Each day they remain free, they do more damage, leaving people like Archie Bickle to suffer the consequences.
I agree, Natty. We'll get them. I've never seen someone so committed to a cause.
Thank you. I believe we will get them. Beginning with Harlow. Thank you for speaking with me. It was very helpful.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
You made it. At least we're out of the classroom.
I take it this means you had some luck at the library.
It took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive, especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the area that people avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess, but might a mysterious item such as a special moonstone be hidden in an equally mysterious cave? I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
Did you discover why people avoid this cave?
Ridiculous, really. Rumour was that the cave drove people mad. I couldn't find any account by someone who had been in the cave, though. So either it is a rumour, or anyone who went in wasn't in any state to speak of it afterwards.
Well, we're here. We might as well have a look.
Agreed. I wonder if you'd go blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
You don't think the rumors about the cave are true, do you?
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Bombardo. Accio. Revelio.
Lumos.
Lumos!
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The Fwooper's song is said to drive anyone who hears it mad.
Revelio.
If the Moonstone is here and so are Fwooper's, I wonder if it's being protected. Why am I not surprised? First the Fwooper's and now this.
Accio! Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Bombarda! Accio! Revelio! Revelio.
We need to find moths for those spinners.
Lumos.
Lumos! Lumos!
Revelio. Accio! Revelio. Accio! Revelio. Accio!
Lumos.
Lumos!
Reparo. Accio!
Perhaps the runes on the walls have something to do with finding the moths.
Lumos.
Lumos! Another obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work out a way across.
Lumos. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. 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 Accio. Revelio. Arresto momentum.
You did it!
Revelio.
That's it. I bet it's the
Totalis. Revelio.
Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Shall we take a closer look?
You read my mind. It's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be here. I just know it.
Confringo. Revelio.
Given what Fruipers are known to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Very funny. I was just thinking how it's proof that poachers have assuming this is where the Moonstone is.
Revelio.
Which means we're one step ahead of them. We found it! It's like staring directly at the moon. Well, we found what we came for. Now we just need to bring it to the henge.
Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing, too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the Moonstone to the henge.
Shall we?
We shall. If we leave now, we should make it there by nightfall. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the Moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
I don't think Doran would knowingly send us into danger.
You're right. I suppose I'm worrying over nothing. Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
How's your Gran doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher that set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it. I think we can safely say we know where the Moonstone goes. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the Moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
all part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same, though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one, but 2 Mooncarve dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on Highwing, or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met Highwing, actually,
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted Mooncarves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin, I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
What was it like growing up in a family of poachers?
The thing I remember most was how much we moved around. Always chasing the next big kill. It was chaotic and dangerous and nowhere a child should ever grow up.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving the dragon from the fighting ring, for instance?
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there. Acromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that I'm older, I wish I could talk to them, get them to see sense. But sadly, I suspect that wouldn't do any good.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect someone must have recognized me. That's how they got to Gran.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidgets lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
Somebody! Help! I've been kidnapped!
Reparo. Sir, are you all right? You seem to be in some distress.
All right? Do I look all right? I've been kidnapped!
How can you be kidnapped when you're right here?
What sort of question is that? Of course I'm right here. I've more than one frame. Do you only have one home? It's my other frame. It's been stolen. And by students, no less.
They paid filthy thieves to steal my other frame.
Oh dear, that sounds awful.
Well, awful is exactly what Astoria Cricket is. She's behind all of this. She and her friends were moaning about me of all the nerve. Then I heard her plot to enlist a gang of good-for-nothings to have me stolen from the Three Broomsticks. That's why my other frame hung. A hovel of a place. Though I suppose one could do worse. I once knew a portrait who ended up in the Hog's Head. No one's heard from him since.
Right. So, back to your frame.
Ah, yes. There I was, powdering my wig, and the next thing I knew, I was being manhandled by rogues and carried off. As if I can afford not to be at my post. I do important work for the headmaster, and I need my other frame back at the Three Broomsticks.
Just who is Astoria Cricket, and what would she want with your frame?
She's a fourth-year troublemaker, that's who. She and her band of hoodlums discuss all sorts of misdeeds right under my nose, and then resent me for overhearing them. I can only assume they took my frame in some misguided attempt to punish me for doing my job.
What do you mean you do important work for the headmaster?
Let's just say I overhear quite a bit in Sirona's fine establishment, and the headmaster likes to know all about it. He's come to count on me in this regard. Reminds me of my prefect days.
I don't suppose you have any idea where your stolen frame was taken. Can you see anything from it?
I most certainly can. They brought me to a ruin of all places. Some crumbling atrocity surrounded by water from the sound of it. Oh, I do also recall seeing the coast on the way.
I could look into the matter for you.
Oh, would you? How marvelous. Do it quickly, though, won't you? The place they took me to is quite beneath me. Off you go, then.
Warms Deke's heart to see a student so comfortable. Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions he's brewed.
There. I'm not going to hurt you. Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
It is wonderful to see you back here. Wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Lord, none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled.
Astoria Cricket?
That depends. Am I in trouble?
Ferdinand Pratt thinks you should be. Says you stole his frame.
I wouldn't call it stolen. Relocated's more like it. How do I put this nicely? Ferdinand Pratt is a postulant boil, and he's lucky I didn't have him sealed in a wall.
Surely he can't be that terrible, can he?
All he does is spy on students in here and report back to the headmaster. Sometimes, if there's nothing to report, he'll make it up. I spent 4 hours in detention last week, all because he told Black that I was planning to drain the lake, whatever that means. It was the last straw. He and his frame had to go.
May I ask where you put him?
Well, I didn't put him anywhere. The frame is likely with the fine gents I paid to snatch it. They camp in a ruin by the coast. I just wanted it far enough away that I'd never have to think about Ferdinand Pratt ever again.
You do know he's screaming in the library as we speak.
Oh, for the love of Merlin. If you ask me, he's got nothing to scream about. I could have had him put in the hogshead. The pampered Pratt would have hated it. Grimy walls, smell of goats. And the patrons, they eat snooty princes like Ferdinand for dinner. But what's done is done. He isn't here anymore, and if I were you, I should enjoy it. Lovely chatting with you.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Come in. Sorry if there's a smell. New batch of toad-hide. I'll not mind seeing you here again. Consider yourself welcome.
I'll check your pockets up.
No one's going to pay a rent.
I didn't always like it. I don't trust Ranrock. I'll tell you that. You'll tell on us.
Revelio.
Nothing to poach in Arranture except spiders. Somewhere.
Alohomora.
given a field to relax their feelings towards the dark arts. Letting on the dragon price is the richest thing I've made yet.
Well, it's about time.
Revelio.
It's a wonder there's anything left of me.
Calm down, I'm here now.
Calm down. Those buffoons outside have been talking about burning me. Me! If they weren't all sharing half a brain, they'd realize I'm worth more to them intact and at the Three Broomsticks.
How is that?
With everything I overhear, I'm a veritable trove of information. Now, don't just stand there. I need to be back by cocktail hour. The place will be like a funeral without me.
What if I don't want to return you to the Three Broomsticks?
What on earth do you mean?
What if I took you to the Hog's Head instead? I've heard such nice things.
What a funny little joke. Now, the Three Broomsticks, please. Oh, they're bound to be missing me terribly. Be sure to carry me carefully, won't you? My pantaloons are already creased. Where have you put me? It's pitch black in here. I shan't stand for this. You there? Are you deaf? There's a terrible draft in here going straight up my pantaloons. Pajamas in public? What is the meaning of this? This isn't the Three Broomsticks.
No, it's not. It's the Hog's Head.
Did you fall into a cauldron of stupid potion? You've brought me to the wrong place. It's absolutely vile in here.
Oh, give it a chance. You might grow to like it.
Please, you can't mean to leave me here. Please.
Goodbye, Ferdinand. Enjoy your new home.
I'd normally toss the both of you out. I like the look of the fancy man. Target practice.
This is an outrage. Do you hear me? An outrage.
Oh, my poor boy.
Hello, madam. Is everything all right?
I'm simply beside myself since Rococo ran away. He's my pet Niffler.
I'm sorry to hear that your pet is missing.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. I mean, I've had him for years. He's lovely company. Whilst on our morning constitutional the other day, south of here, he and I stumbled upon Henrietta's hideaway. They say that Henrietta was a paranoid recluse, filled her castle with all manner of traps to keep thieves from pinching her valuables. As we drew near, the morning sun reflected off something in a window, and before I knew it, Rococo was off. I've been worried sick, but I'm not about to meddle with Merlin knows what's inside that house, or the Ashwinders that are lurking about.
Why did Henrietta feel the need to protect her house like she did?
Henrietta was a baroness who married well, more than a few times. Her immense wealth drove her to a life of suspicion and isolation. The more wealth she amassed, the more paranoid she became of losing it. Hence the terrifying traps throughout the hideaway. Not even her family has been willing to deal with them to get to her fortune.
Why don't you just get Rococo back yourself?
Henrietta's hideaway is treacherous enough, but add Ashwinders into the picture and, well, I love Rococo, but I love staying alive more.
I'll keep an eye out for Rococo.
Oh, that's terribly kind. But stay away from the hideaway. Far too dangerous. If someone does find him in the hideaway, they shall be well rewarded. Henrietta's treasures are theirs for the taking. She certainly won't mind now.
What do you have for sale?
What's brought you here today?
That hideaway does sound intriguing. Perhaps I should investigate, for Rococo's sake. This must be the castle where Miss Coffee's Niffler ran away. Now, to find a way inside.
When do you remember the first life you took?
Ashwinders. I better find a way around them. Or perhaps through them. Revelio.
Courage in a fall off.
Expulso!
You're the one who stepped.
Notice you ain't expulso! We come from here. Pay for your deed.
It's Lord Treadwell's little saviour. What have you done? You won't knock this one.
Revelio. Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
Confringo!
Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Knowing our meat, he's likely studied here. Who lived here, I wonder? I hope the Ashwinders haven't done anything with Rococo. Where in Merlin's name am I?
Confringo! Revelio. Confringo. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Glacius.
There we go. Ashwinders. More treasure. Rococo must have been through here.
Centaur's quieter than you.
If it's that cat again, I'll... Oh,
Is that you, Royland?
What a dreadful lot.
Bombarda.
Revelio.
Confringo. Revelio.
I should follow the treasure to find that Niffler. I'd better watch my step here.
Revelio. Revelio.
Revelio. Revelio. These coins must have come from Miss Coffee's Niffler. Revelio. More Ashwinders. Revelio.
Treasure must be around here somewhere. Where's that goblin hell, you little thief? It's you. One fixated on Merlin. Other people's affairs. Was I meant to be an expert of some sort? The rest of them is you. You've got time, what?
I did it. And Earthwinder no less. Revelio.
Revelio. Bombarda. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
What's this? Some sort of treasure map.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Revelio.
Oh, when I get my hands on that Niffler. Everything's all... Best get back to Miss Coffee.
Revelio. Revelio.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. This looks like the spot from the treasure map. Perhaps not the best place to be caught.
Somebody out there?
You little coward!
What was that sound?
Revelio. Mr. Tellus.
Turn my back. What? The very moment I don't have every one of you standing in.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogwarts.
Mr. Tellus.
Come on.
Wait till Sebastian hears about this. An Ashwinder.
There's a mouse round here.
Trouble's brewing, and I'm without my friends.
I know, I'm not hearing things.
I'll have taken your life before you even realise it's gone.
Always one, isn't there? Except this time it's not.
I see you! Expulso!
You took Nora Treadwell from us!
I've been down. You're the one who freed our hippogriff. Fixed to the armours. Come on, help me. It's the one who took the goblin elf.
Lumos. Incendio.
What are you dribbling over there?
That did it. And look, treasure.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
My poor Rococo.
Miss Coffee, I found your niffler.
Oh, goodness, really? Oh, thank you. You're very brave. I was at my wit's end. How's my sweet Rococo? May I have him back?
I'm sure he'll be happy to go home.
He will. Oh, my brave little explorer. My greedy, greedy boy. Oh, I can't wait to get him home. Thank you again for what you did. From now on, I'll keep Rococo on a lead whenever we go out. Oh, very fashionable.
Revelio.
Alohomora.
Revelio. Wonder who lives here. Revelio. Alohomora.
Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio. Confringo.
It's adorable in your night thing.
Confringo.
These Merlin trials won't get the best of me. Madame Navarro, how are you?
Wonderful, thank you. How can I be of help?
What do you have for sale?
Let's see how I can assist you, my lovely. Thank you for your time, my sweet.
Oh, something must be done about the vile thieves who've infested the area. The Ashwinders cannot be allowed to run roughshod over our way of life.
Is everything all right, madam?
Olivier, Madame Olivier, and no, everything is not all right. The vermin known as the Ashwinders have infested nearby Clagmar Castle, disrupting not only our sense of peace, but our valuable trade. It appeared that they were finally going to slither away until Sylvanus Selwyn arrived.
Sylvanus Selwyn?
Head rat. My guess is that if someone were to take out Selwyn, the rest of the Ashwinders would disperse. But Selwyn is a skilled wizard. I certainly can't take care of him myself. Believe me, I wish I could. I'm at my wit's end.
Sylvanus Selwyn? I thought Victor Rookwood headed up the Ashwinders.
Selwyn's one of Rookwood's lieutenants. Not quite as terrifying as Theophilus Harlow, but a menace nonetheless.
Where is Clagmar Castle?
Clagmar Castle's along the south coast, south and to the west of here.
What's so dangerous about the Ashwinders?
They're not your typical thieves and extortionists. Not that typical thieves and extortionists are lovely company. They would not leave poor Bella Navarro alone. She'd given them everything, but still they kept threatening her. She was ready to go back to her family in Italy, almost lost her livelihood. They are ruthless.
I could take care of Selwyn for you.
Goodness, no. I'd never ask a student to confront Selwyn. But I'm offering a nice bounty on his head. Feel free to put the word out.
Selwyn has been taken care of.
You defeated Selwyn? Merlin's beard. A student took down one of Rookwood's top filth. Then I suppose this bounty is yours. Well deserved.
I'm glad I could help protect Cragcroft from the Ashwinders.
The thieves will finally leave us alone. Thanks to you. You're welcome in Cragcroft any time. It's such a pleasant place when it's not being threatened by Ashwinders.
Revelio.
Ha ha! Time to teach someone a lesson!
Incendio! Revelio. Alohomora.
Must have been quite stately in its time.
Alohomora. Revelio. Revelio.
If only Professor Fig could have seen that.
Revelio.
This place has seen better days.
Revelio. Revelio.
London long ago, no doubt.
Alohomora. Revelio. Incendio. Bombarda. Confringo. Alohomora.
Might be interesting to see where this leads.
Confringo. Revelio.
Thinks you've made marvelous improvements here. Dee cannot believe how...
Hogsmeade, here I come.
It is wonderful to see you back here. Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Sometimes I do wonder if your eyes are still in your head. I really do.
Goodness, not a party to attend by myself.
Ah, but a Perth made a unicorn.